Call this meeting in Northam City Council order for October 8th, 2019. This meeting is being recorded. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Bona,
Here.
Buddington,
Here.
Cohen, Harpen,
Here.
Hopkins,
Here.
Lamb,
Here.
LaForest,
Here.
Moran,
Here.
Wilkinson.
Here.
You have a quorum?
We have quorum. Please stand for a moment of silence. Remember Ernest John Morocco, 46-year veteran of the North End Police Force, retiring after a distinguished 16-year career as the city's Commissioner of Public Safety. Commissioner Morocco developed North Adams DEER program, was instrumental in development of the Berkshire County Drug Task Force, and was a past president of the New England Narcotics Enforcement Officers Association. And the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes for September 24th, 2019.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved. Approval of the minutes, Planning Board Joint Public Hearing, October 1st, 2019.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm abstaining. I
Okay.
didn't attend.
Yep. One abstention. And opposed? Minutes approved. Hearing of visitors, 2 minutes on any agenda item tonight. Yes, Mr. Urban. Name and address for the record, please.
Roger Urban, Action Street, North Adams. I'd like to speak on item 11813. When I got this item came as a real shock to us, to me especially, from Mr. Robert and Joanne Muir. How this came about was we had a telephone call and asked us if we could please take a plaque. This man was a veteran, and place it at Hillside because they love Hillside Cemetery. We said, sure, we'd do it. And we did it. He put him up on Soldier Circle. And that was the end of that until I see this. So I think it's wonderful. We don't solicit, by the way, donations. We do these things as a matter of course. This is the second time this has happened. The other gentleman was from Canada. So it's so nice to get this kind of thing. Okay? And they're happy, we're happy, and everybody's happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for hearing of visitors? Not hearing any others, we'll move to the agenda. Item number 11,813, Mayor's Communication number 73, accepting a gift of the Hillside Cemetery Restoration Project. Without objection, we'll file the communication, move to the paper. Number 11,813, an order accepting a gift of $500 from Robert and Joanne Murrow to the Hillside Cemetery Restoration Project. Motion to adopt.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion. This is a roll call vote.
Mr. President,
Oh, yeah.
I would just like to, Mr. Urban did what I was going to ask him to do in an unsolicited manner as well. I really want to acknowledge the Muir gift. It did come to us out of the blue as well as an unsolicited gift, but in recognition of the work that this group has done and the love and the care that they have shown for Hillside Cemetery. So I want to throw some acknowledgement to Mr. Urban and the group because they were the architects of this, even if it was unsolicited.
Thank you. This is any other discussion? Not hearing any. This is a roll call vote.
Buddington,
Yes.
Harpen,
Yes.
Hopkins,
Yes.
Lamb,
Yes.
LaForest,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Wilkinson,
Yes.
Bona.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion passes. Paper number 11,814, Mayor's Communication number 74, recommending the appointment of Michael Avasoan to the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art Cultural Development Commission for a term to expire February 1st, 2021. Motion to confirm the appointment.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion. Councilor.
I'd just like to
thank the mayor. I think Michael's a great addition. He's someone who's been involved in the community in a number of ways, especially with the Disfunct crew and engagement in the community in that sense. So I'm excited to see him being engaged in this capacity.
Councilor LaForce and Councilor Wilkinson.
I'll just second Councilor Lamb's comments. Mr. Obasahan and I served together on the Police Chief Search Committee. As Councilor Lamb pointed out, he's been very active in the community and is a great asset in terms of professionalism and diversity, and he'll be a great addition to the Mass MoCA Commission.
Councilor Wilkinson.
Yeah, just so, I don't know, and I'm sure some others don't, what does the Contemporary Art Cultural Development Commission do?
So we ran through this at the last round of appointments. If you think about the Mass MoCA, the foundation runs the museum, the commission owns the land. It's
Thank
the
you.
simple answer.
I'd just like to say he was this close to running for city council this time. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Appointment approved. We're gonna have a few of these here. Paper number 11,815, Mayor's Communication number 75, recommending the appointment of Robin Meyer to the North Adams Commission of Disabilities for a term to expire December 1st, 2020. Motion to confirm the appointment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Appointment confirmed. Paper number 11,816, Mayor's Communication number 76, recommending the appointment of Eric Wilson to the North Adams Commission on Disabilities for a term to expire December 1st, 2020. Motion to confirm the appointment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Just
Yes.
would like to thank Mr. Wilson for being here tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for being here tonight. Thank you. There you go. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Paper number 11,817, Mayor's Communication number 77, recommending the appointment of Laura Barron to the North Adams Commission of Disabilities for a term to expire December 1st, 2021. Motion to confirm the appointment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Paper number 11,818, Mayor's Communication number 78, recommending the reappointment of Carrie Cruz to the North Adams Commission of Disabilities for a term to expire December 1st, 2022. Motion to confirm the reappointment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Paper number, Mayor's Communication number 79, recommending the reappointment of William Moranti to the North Adams Commission of Disabilities for a term to expire December 1st, 2022. Motion to confirm the reappointment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mayor, just curious, is this because he's building? Is this something?
You know, I can't speak to why he was originally appointed, but the reason for the reappointment is that there is an accessibility and compliance dimension to the work of the commission, and so keeping Mr. Moranti on made sense to me.
So it's not a requirement?
No.
Okay, all right. Any other discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Paper number 11,820, Mayor's Communication number 80, recommending the appointment of Robert Simmons to the North Adams Commission of Disabilities for a term to expire December 1st, 2022. Motion to confirm the appointment.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's that. Paper number 11,821, Mayor's Communication number 81, declaring various vehicles and equipment as surplus and available for disposition. Sorry. Yes.
Get it right.
Yes, disposition, thank you. Without objection, we'll file the communication and move on. Paper number 11,821, in order declaring various vehicles and equipment as surplus available for disposition. Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt as ordered.
Second.
And discussion? Mayor, do you want to explain anything?
No, we, at the request of the commissioner, had a number of items that are basically sitting idle. They are past their serviceable life, and The most likely value for them will be as either scrap or part, so this gives us the ability to move them in that direction.
Counselor Buddington.
If I may, through the chair, to the mayor, just a quick process question. Is this something that the city handles by itself, or is there a state system that helps us offload?
There's a state list. We could also, just do a bid or an auction on this, and Ross Vivori is an auctioneer, so if we needed to, but I think we would probably put these out to bid.
Okay, thank you.
So we can't just bring them to the junkyard. You gotta still go through that process. Okay.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Not hearing any. This is a roll call vote.
Buddington,
Yes.
Parkin,
Yes.
Hopkins,
Yes.
Lamb,
Yes.
LaForest,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Wilkinson,
Yes.
Bona,
Yes.
motion carried.
Motion carries. Paper number 11,674, 6A, Mayor's Communication number 82, requesting time for a representative from the planning board to present a report on the proposed zoning amendments. Without objection, we'll file the communication, and I believe we have a representative here now. We'll move to the paper, or you can do your report now. Do you just want to hand it, say it? Nope, nope, nope.
Okay, thank you.
You're not on the planning board yet.
So I'll have you come up and speak to this.
I don't know.
Just name for the record, please.
Brian Mixick, I'm on the planning board here. At last night's meeting, we voted to recommend all of the amendments to the zoning.
All right, we'll move to the paper. Paper number 11,674-6A, Mayor's Communication number 83, regarding Chapter Z of the revised ordinance of the City of North Adams zoning changes. Without objection, I'll file that communication, and then we'll move to the actual paper. Number 10,674-6A, an ordinance amending Chapter Z of the revised ordinances of the City of North Adams, Section 2.1, entitled Divisions.
Move to adopt.
Got actually a motion to pass to a second reading and publish as required by law. So now,
Move to adopt.
okay, thank you. And second, we got a second from Counselor Lamb.
It's gone so long, it's time to get it over with.
We've started discussion. Any other discussion? Counselor Buddington, yeah, there is a couple amendments, I believe, right?
Yes.
Minor corrections.
Yeah, I would. Let me just make sure I can.
You have them written down, don't you? Eric, you want them right here?
Oh, I have the copy here.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm speaking coherently. So there is one section that amends section 8.2.
So right now, this is an amendment.
I'm offering an amendment.
By offering an amendment.
I think I'll make them as a couple small amendments for clarity. Section 8.2, comma, permitted by right. That's not, actually no title to section 8.2, so I move that we strike the phrase permitted by right regarding section 8.2.
Yep.
Yes.
So do you want to do these individually, Eric?
I'd feel like, I think it'd be easier to keep track of them if we
What's
keep
that?
them small.
Okay. We need a second on that.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Second from Counselor Lamb. Counselor Wilkinson.
Yes, I just want to, for clarity of myself, striking something by right can have a huge difference in an ordinance, especially when it comes to zoning. I was wondering if we could just get a little clarity why
Oh.
that's appropriate.
I'd be happy to clarify. So the ordinance as proposed references section 8.2, comma, permitted by right, meaning it's saying that the title of section 8.2 is, quote, permitted by right. And that's just not, there's no title.
So
for
it's just,
section
the
8.2.
section is just 8.2.
Yep, got it. Could make a big difference in another situation, though.
So we're basically changing the title of 8.2 to just 8.2.
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? All in favor? This is just the amendment.
Aye.
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 Roll call, we gotta do it on okay, so we'll have to do a roll call on each of these amendments, okay?
Buddington,
Yes.
Harpen,
Yes.
Hopkins,
Yes.
Lamb,
Yes.
LaForest,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Wilkinson,
Yes.
Bona.
Yes. Okay, so that amendment is in place. Next one, Counselor Buddington?
Okay, in that same section, immediately afterwards, it says, by striking from that section 8.1 and inserting in place thereof 8.2. I believe those should be the other way around. Mr. Fury clarified for me that the intent, I'm sorry, I'll just make that as the motion too.
Okay, so
Just
there's the
swap
motion,
8.1 and
we're basically
8.2.
swapping two numbers around.
Second.
We got a second, so now if you wanna
Yeah.
discuss.
Yeah, Mr. Fury explained that the intent was to get rid of section 8.1, which defines the UR1 zone, and then move the 8.2, which defines the UR2 zone, up in its place for simplicity.
Counselor LaForest?
I believe that's what this says. It says that you're amending 8.2 by striking 8.1 and inserting 8.2 into 8.1. But you're suggesting it doesn't say that.
It's saying that the number 8.1 doesn't appear in section 8.2. I think it's referring to the section number itself.
But it indicates that 8.1 is going to be stricken and inserted will be 8.2. So that's what you just said. 8.2 is now going to become 8.1.
I believe the intent is that section 8.2 will be renumbered to be 8.1,
This would require striking 8.1, which is what this says.
which has been done, yes. That was done in the previous section.
Okay, so I'm sorry, so what is the amendment?
In the section that says that in section 8.2, that section 8.2 be and is hereby amended by striking from the section presently on file in the office of the city clerk the following, 8.1, and inserting in place thereof 8.2.
Right, but you suggested inverting their 8.1 and 8.2, and that would have the reverse effect. But your point that it's redundant is correct. You've just above stricken 8.1, and so the language that you're referring to is redundant, but not technically incorrect.
I don't argue it's redundant. I think we have the choice to renumber or not. I think it's
But
fine with me to renumber it.
So, sorry, but your suggestion to invert 8.1 and 8.2 there would mean that 8.2 was stricken and 8.1 would be replaced with 8.1. So the language is correct here.
Counselor Harpen?
I would agree with Counselor LaForest. Just looking at this, it looks like we're striking 8.1, and we're replacing 8.1 with what currently is 8.2 and moving it up to 8.1. And I think that makes sense in the way that this is written right now.
Well, the only thing we have done at this point was just remove the title. We actually didn't remove 8.2.
No, all right. The suggested amendment is to invert 8.1 and 8.2 in this language. I'm saying this language reads that 8.1 is stricken, 8.2 is then replaced into 8.1. If we invert the wording here, we're striking 8.2 and replacing 8.1 with 8.1. I think he's correct in what Counselor Buddington is correct in what he wants to do, but I'm saying the way it's written
Sorry for
here
saying it.
is fine. We don't need to amend that to accomplish what he's asking.
Do you concur?
I do not. I also don't feel this is I mean, we all understand the intent, and I don't see any disagreement.
Yeah.
It seems we have a consensus that this would remove section 8.1 and renumber section 8.2 to take its place. I don't think that's what this wording says at the end.
Counselor LaForest?
Okay. The language currently is, and with the amendment removing permitted by right, the language now is that section 8.2 be and is hereby amended by striking from the section presently on file in the office of the city clerk the following, 8.1, meaning we will strike 8.1 and inserting. Counselor, it says by striking 8.1, that's the intent, correct?
I believe that language as written requires striking the numbers, the literal numbers 8.1 from,
No, it says striking the section, not the number.
it says striking from the section.
Okay.
I'm
It-
just curious. Do you have any input?
If
in
we
this?
invert these numbers, we will be striking what we're hoping to insert.
Zach Fury.
Pull the mic down, please.
Sorry, I'm short.
Yeah, that's
Zach
all right.
Fury, project coordinator in the Office of Community Development. The intent here, if you see, as mentioned, is that section 8.1 be in here is hereby amended by striking in its entirety. The next order, that section 8.2 be and is hereby amended by striking from the section presently on file in the office of the city clerk the following. It should read 8.2 referring to the numbering, and then replacing the now stricken 8.2 with the new numbering 8.1. So the previous order strikes in its entirety the existing 8.1. This renumbers it. That was the intent. And so, as Councilor Buddington mentioned, these two numbers should be reversed. So.
Thank you.
Counselor Hopkins?
That makes total sense to me. It does.
I'll
So on
second
this
that.
piece of paper, we're just flipping these two numbers, right? That makes total sense to me.
No. So no language pertaining to these numbers, 8.1 and 8.2, is indicated in this language here. So it's only the numbers and not the accompanying language? Well, I don't want to stare at them, but
I'm in your way.
that's
That's-
correct.
That's what it
Everyone
appears.
So
concurs.
the
that
the
this is-
intent is to delete 8.1
Yes.
and then renumber 8.2
To
as 8.1.
Right.
And in order to do that, you just need to transpose the two numbers at the bottom of the second page of the order.
Why don't we just say that? Okay, all right. I have no more to say.
Do you have the notes, Claire? Do you think you?
I think so. So right now, the amendment, the second amendment is to reverse section 8.1 to be 8.2 and inserting in its place thereof 8.1. Am I correct? That's on the floor right now, correct? Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Any other discussion? This is a roll call vote.
Buddington,
Yes.
Yes.
Hopkins,
Yes.
Lamb,
Yes.
LaForest,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Wilkinson,
Yes.
Bona.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Is there one more?
I'm afraid to, but can I make another
Are there any
amendment?
numbers in this? No.
Yes, there is a number. This is simpler. It's earlier up. It is the second clause, is that right? That section 2.2 building zone map is amended. And I would like to offer the amendment that at the end of that first sentence that it should read, inserting in its place the following section 2.2 rather than 2.1.
You have that, yep. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And any discussion? Counselor LaForest?
I just want to be sure that we're all clear. So So 2.2 is stricken, and 2.1 is replaced, 2.2 is replaced with 2.1, or 2.1 is,
It's a new 2.2.
It's all new.
okay, so is the number wrong here, and it should be 2.2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, meaning 2.1 is a typo.
I believe so.
Yes. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Not hearing any. Again, this is just an amendment. This is a roll call vote.
Flemington,
Yes.
Harpen,
Yes.
Hopkins,
Yes.
Lamb,
Yes.
LaForest,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Wilkinson,
Yes.
Bona,
Yes.
motion carries.
Motion carries. Okay, I believe that it for the amendment.
Yep.
Any other discussion? All right.
Yes.
Yes.
I just would like to thank Mr. Navalli and Mr. Fury because I've imposed on them a bit, trying to make sure I understood the changes on the zoning map, and I'm confident that I understand it now. And I just want to thank them for their time and the mayor for putting through this long process, which I think there wasn't an emergency that meant we had to do it, but it's good governance to get this cleaned up, and I appreciate that.
You, Counselor Moran.
Also, thanks, I mean, we kind of hit the brakes and we got all residents involved that had any issues and business owners, and we talked about it, and though it seemed lengthy, I think it's well vetted and it's well needed to update the zoning for the city, and hopefully this will encourage more folks to want to come and invest in, create jobs and buy homes, et cetera. So, thank you.
Any other discussion? All right, so we're back to the original motion with the amendments, with the 3 amendments. So we have a motion to pass to a second reading and publish as required by law with the approved amendments. And this is going to be a roll call vote. Oh, this one is not? One is not. The next one will be. Yes. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Paper number 11,822, Mayor's Communication number 84, setting the tax classification public hearing date of October 22nd, 2019. Without objection, we'll file the communication. Mayor, unless there's anything you want to say on that?
This is an annual commitment of the council to have the tax classification hearing and set the tax rate. And Ross and the finance team will be bringing forward information to support a recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Committee reports and minutes? None. Licenses, we do have one in front of us tonight. It is the application to drive a taxi received from RJ's Taxi for Dave Bushy, 46 Mill Street, Williamstown, Mass. And we need a motion to grant the license.
Point of order?
Counselor?
I didn't receive this. Have the other counselors received this?
Yeah, it was in,
Revised, it was a revised.
yeah, it was in the amended minutes, or the amended agenda, and it was the 3rd page of it.
We did look over the form good, so it did seem like everything was filled out, but.
Yeah, I have no objection.
Counselor Wilkinson?
Just a comment.
First, did we get a motion in a second?
Move to approve.
No, motion, we need a motion or a second.
So moved.
Okay. And now, go ahead, discussion.
I'll wait for counselor concerns.
Okay. So we have a motion to grant a license. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And that brings us to open forum. Anyone wish to speak, name, address, and you have 2 minutes. Counselor, actually.
Mister.
So, Jesus, sorry.
You got the crystal ball.
Mr. Urban.
My wife would be happy to hear that. Bear with me, I know I haven't talked in a while, and this will be my second time up tonight. Just some information. There are 1,293 lots at Hillside Cemetery, and some have as many as 15 stones, others have 4 or more, and some of them only have 1, but there are not many of those. There are approximately a total of 6,400 stones that we have to deal with. There have been days when we're able to do several of them, and some days our total is 1 or 2, depending on the size of the stone and the damage done to it. And other days, we have several more. We also have, in some cases, work to do on the lots themselves with cutting and removing limbs, tree limbs and brush, rearranging the steps that have been moved, and the trimming of them. We still have much to do, but we're making significant progress. We want to thank, and I'm talking for all of us now, to express our thanks to the council and to the administration for your help and support. We want to also thank the public for their help and support. For example, this past Saturday, we were joined by 17 members of the Drury High School football team and their coaches, Mr. Marceau and Jutras. This support, this great support, allowed us to complete 23 stones and clean 6 others. Our sincere thanks to the Drury football team for your help and support, and I hope you guys have a great season. Thank you.
Mr. Sapienza?
Yes, Brian Sapienza, 113 Pleasant Street. I just want to thank everyone involved, One Berkshire, the city of North Adams, and all the volunteers that helped make this past Sunday's Fall Foliage Parade a great time and a great success, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Yeski?
Yeski, 62 Chase Ave, North Adams. I just want to wish everybody good luck, new and present city councilors. Good luck.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Mr. Wilson.
I want to say thank you. Vote me in for the disability group. I always wanted to do this, and thank you. I'll do best of my ability. I'm sighted. I didn't think this would ever happen in my life, but I'm always wrong. Sometimes I'm right. But I'm glad I'm doing it because we need people like me, people that are professional over here, professionals that have been through it. I know how people, I talk to people, a lot of people in this community, and so thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Not hearing anyone. We'll move on to mayor's concerns.
Thanks. I'll just echo the acknowledgement of everyone who was involved with the Fall Foliage Weekend. It's a great weekend of events. And again, the Public Safety and Public Services team, the Office of Tourism and Community Events, the parade committee, the sponsors, the float builders, and again, One Berkshire who sponsored the parade. And it was a great weekend, and kudos to everyone. 2 quick notes in the public safety arena. First, as you may have seen, the roof replacement is underway, and they're moving rapidly on bringing that to completion. In addition, this week, October 6th through 12th, is Fire Prevention Week. Today, the fire department, in partnership with Western Mass American Red Cross, was doing smoke detector installations in the city. There were about 30 homeowners pre-registered, and I believe that they're looking to do an additional group because they had such a great response on this Thursday. And then you may have seen that as part of Fire Prevention Week, the fire department is hosting an open house tomorrow from 5:30 to 8. And finally, Election Day is November 5th, and the deadline to register is next Wednesday, October 16th by 8 p.m. Thank you.
Liaison updates and councilors' concerns. Councilor Wilkinson, Councilor Harpin, Councilor LaForest.
This is just a suggestion. Now, this is the city clerk's office. Now their packages are being emailed out rather than being personally delivered, at least mine is. I'm trying to get into the 20th or 21st century. When we do a revised agenda, if we could, when you put it out in email, do the complete agenda, just not the changes, because I downloaded that to my tablet. All I got was the taxi section of it. All the rest of the documents were attached. And if you could just do the complete agenda. I didn't have a chance to go all the way back in my emails to get the original. I figured it just would be complete.
Councilor Harpin?
Yeah, last week we had Liz from the Elizabeth Freeman Center here, and she talked about Domestic Violence Month, which is October. So I just want to, I think I gave all the counselors, and I left some here out in the gallery as well, some flyers for a One Book, One Community book read through the Domestic Violence Task Force, through the district attorney, and they're asking us to read No Visible Bruises, What We Don't Know About Domestic Violence Can Kill Us. And there are copies at the library. If they're all taken, I know that they're willing to order some more. They have already done that, and I think there was like maybe 15 copies that were taken over the weekend and more ordered and available today. So I just wanted to get that out there so people know if they want more information, they can go on DSV Task Force on Facebook and find out more information. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor LaForest.
I just wanted to acknowledge, in addition to all of the phenomenal Fall Foliage Festival events over the weekend, that 2 city residents were selected to participate in a Patriot flight to Washington, D.C. Both Vietnam veterans, Greg Armstrong, who is in the Navy, and David Chapman, who is an Army medic and recipient of the Purple Heart, traveled to Albany International Airport, then flew to Washington, D.C. for the day. The North Adams Police Department provided them a police escort out of the city. They were met by the Williamstown Police Department, who escorted them, and I believe they had a police escort all the way to Albany International Airport. They were able to visit the Vietnam Wall, Arlington National Cemetery, and pay the respects to the unknown soldiers and attend a changing of the guard there. Additionally, many classes and individuals in the city sent mail, wrote letters to them. So on the flight back from Washington, D.C., they participated in a mail call, which they would have done in the service. And I understand they were both very moved by the letters they'd received from the children in the classrooms and other individuals in the city. And then also, next Tuesday, October 15th, and then the following Wednesday, October 23rd, Sam Petty's class, Professor Petty at MCLA is hosting a debate for City Council and School Committee members. I believe it's going to be at Hilo, so more information will be coming out. So there'll be an opportunity for community members to hear more about the candidates for City Council and School Committee and what their platforms are ahead of the election on November 5th, as the mayor pointed out. And then my last little snippet is a dig at the vendors that were present for the Fall Foliage Parade. They seem to be everywhere. They were in the road. They were blocking. We had a really great turnout for the parade this year. The parade was great. The crowd was great. It was a wonderful day, but the vendors with the balloons and the flags and everything just seemed to be everywhere in the road. And my understanding is that when the parade is going on, they're not supposed to be blocking the view. So I know that's probably an issue every year, but if we can do something about that for the 65th Fall Foliage Parade, I think that would be great. Thank you.
Councilor Lamb.
Just a couple of things here. Kind of an extension of Councilor Harpin discussed the book, One Book, One Community through the task force. There's a couple, and I wasn't sure if the mayor was going to mention, but on the 12th, which is this coming Saturday, the mayor's coffee hour is going to be co-hosted with Men Initiating Change in North County. It'll be at the Green, and it's specifically to talk about domestic violence, not necessarily the book, because a lot of people haven't had a chance to read it yet, but as part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, that will be happening on the 12th. And then Mike Inc. will be also hosting a discussion on the actual book on November 6th. It was originally supposed to be on the 23rd, but because of the second night of the forum of the candidates, we decided to move that to the early part of November. Another collision piece, unfortunately, is that the Northern Berkshire Community Coalition Forum is on the 15th, so the monthly forum is on the 15th. It starts at 5, it ends by 7. If you need to sneak out early to make it over to the first night of the candidate forums, that's fine, but That the discussion that night is around gentrification in North County, so I know that's an important topic to a lot of people, a concern that a lot of folks have. So that's on the 15th at 5 p.m.
Other counselors? Not hearing any. We don't have any correspondence. Motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Just all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.